Good morning, George. Welcome back to another episode of the Ask the Expert.
Good morning,
Chesterton.
Michael. Good to see you again.
Thanks for joining us. It's very, very good for you to do so. I appreciate that. And off screen, when we were talking between episodes, you were mentioning that you're a four-wheel drive nut.
Yep, I am. In fact, I'm actually going away this weekend.
This weekend, fantastic. How do you find keeping the undercarriage of your truck, in good position?
It's a bit of work. You have to try and keep the vehicle clean after you've gone, especially if you've gone through saltwater crossings or creeks at the beach, or mud holes if you happen to want to play in the mud.
Yeah.
But I guess the ideal situation would be to make sure that when you're actually putting the nuts and bolts in there, if you'd start with an anti-seize, a good quality anti-seize, that certainly makes it easier to remove. But for those of us, and myself included, I've learnt the hard way where sometimes you haven't put anti-seize in a lot of bolts and you end up stripping one.
Oh dear.
Or having to really struggle. So I haven't had to actually pull out an oxy torch, but I've actually learned the hard way to use a good quality product.
It's like a penetrating oil.
Penetrating oil. That's to be able to actually get the bolt out when it's seized. Now, this particular one is actually designed as a penetrating oil only. So it's single purpose rather than having a multi-purpose one.
Yes.
This one is very good because it actually does what it says. It penetrates. And it actually makes it a lot easier to remove some of those bolts. So one of the recent bolts that I had, I ended up basically snapping the head off the bolt, having to drill from the bottom of the car, trying to get drill a hole in the center of the bolt.
Yes.
Very difficult because the bolts never snap flat.
That's right.
And then I ended up having to drill the hole bigger and re-tap it because it's it damaged the original thread.
Wow.
So it was a lot of work. I added about 2 or 3 hours to what should have been maybe a 15-minute job just to take a panel off. Mm-hmm. Learning the hard way is sometimes good, but anyone listening would know that it's probably better to just put an anti-seize, a good quality anti-seize beforehand, to make sure that those nuts and bolts are going to come out
and certainly
nice and easily.
The Chesterton anti-seize that we have here, the 783, is it's got some inbuilt inhibitors in there, corrosion inhibitors. Yeah,
it's very very hard to wash it away.
Yeah, wash it away.
Very good. I mean, when you're putting your vehicle through saline water, that's it's corrosive. But in industry, you're going to have those 10 times worse.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Not only saline water, but you've got spills of acids, caustics, and whatever else. So there's lots of things that can actually affect the lubricants that you put in your nuts and bolts.
That's true. A lot of industry and refineries and things like that are built close to the seawater for cooling purposes. And, of course, that seawater spray is really corrosive. So having a good anti-seize on that's an important point.
Yeah, and these products will help you avoid the mandatory hot work permits.
Oh, yes, of course.
Which can take a lot of time and, of course, add safety hazards to a job.
That's right. Well, that's fantastic. I'm glad you're using the Chesterton product in your car. It's good use of it.
That's good.
Well, enjoy your forward driving this weekend.
Well, thanks, mate.
Catch you next time.
Cheers.